trainer?
No, well, not where I met her, but she's friends with my manager.
Okay.
And so he referenced me to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking at your like year-end review.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so tell me about that. So it says you did 510,000 feet in elevation gain.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And that's across like running, skiing, and biking.
Still.
And hiking.
Well, yeah.
That's 647 hours, 3,490 miles. Dude, it's awesome. I mean, I put a lot of time.
The hours is hard. You look at the hours.
The hours.
Dude, that's a lot of
It's a lot of time.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah, dude. I spend a lot of time in the gym. I mean, I work out, six days a week for sure.
Yeah.
But still, like, I'm not spending that much time in the gym unless you count all the times I'm coaching. I mean, I guess I am there a lot, but dude, that's incredible.
It's insane.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever. I don't want to say ever, but I'm not. My goal for this year is to not have a statistical goal because, I said, like I'm extremely obsessive, and I'll just get hooked on those numbers, and I'll just go until like everything else, like the blinders get put on. You know?
That's a good mindset. That's a great mindset to have to accomplish like the firefighter thing.
Yeah, exactly. This could be the year
like
you
if
can,
I could like
focused on service,
obsession.
Focused on those, on people that you can help. And that's.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like part of, like I was joking about mental health earlier and being an alcoholic addict or whatever. Like my brain is always going to be obsessed about something, like for a long time, it was the obsession of alcohol and that ruled my life. And now it's like, well, what? So like last year I was obsessed with running, and it's like, what's the next obsession? Like I can't turn the obsession off,
Yeah.
So I need to find, find some good things.
Yeah. You have to find something that you can be obsessed with that will help other people.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. And every time I focus on helping, like when I start working with other alcoholics, I mean, because that's really what my life is about. Whenever I start doing that, like my life gets inherently better, man. Like it's not even,
for sure.
Like it's like night and day difference. You know?
The payback is so much greater than we could even ask for.
Yeah, man. It's like you get freedom from self, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
like I'm not bound to my own selfish needs and desires,
And so you did the 50 miler in Moab.
Yeah.
And then have you done any more races or
No.
Yeah.
So, no, I was I was signed up for 100 in May in Maine, but I'm kind of on the fence about it just because with the fire department training, like I don't know if I'm gonna have time to train for it.
And make it
it's a lot. It's a lot because I work full time, and then you got to do training at the fire department.
Dogs
So
a lot.
Something's got to go.
Yeah, that's all right. I was gonna say becoming obsessed with things. Obsessed is the word that the lazy use to define the people that are dedicated and disciplined.
Yeah.
Right.
They may use like, oh, they're obsessed, and it has like this negative connotation, but it's not.
Right.
To me, it's like you were saying, like, well, if you put
that can be super positive. Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you put it into something that's good, then how can that obsession be, harmful?
Yeah.
It's good. Because I have the same type of thing. I have a very a pretty strong addictive personality, and I went through alcoholism. I went through a lot of different things that I was addicted to, and I turned that into exercise for a long time. I turned that into just being obsessed with being a better father or being a better husband or whatever. You know what I mean? And those things, like, they've made my life better. You know what I mean? So
and everyone else's life around you better.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, but then you get those haters. You get the people that are just like, hey, when are you gonna stop, man? Like,
right.
Never.
Can
Well,
you
I
ever
used
like
to do.
enough is enough? And
Yeah.
you're like, enough of what? Like, this is my life.
It's like either that or I'm obsessed about drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
And I'm
Like,
gonna
what do you want me to do,
man?
That's
Yeah.
Of the two choices, yeah, that's a lot better thing to be addicted to.
Yeah.
Is,
I mean, that's like the thing. People are like, oh, well, you know, people are like, you're addicted to running or you're addicted to working out. And I'm like, you have no idea. Like, you better be glad this is what I'm addicted to.
Yeah.
But,
You would hate
just,
to see me addicted to
Yeah,
alcohol and drugs.
Picture,
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation if we were all, addicted to drugs. So
yeah, definitely.
You know, like, wait, what time was our podcast? Oh, dude, I'm so high I can't even.
Blacked out. Yeah.
It's just
And I just recently started to understand that because I used to think that the obsessions were bad too, you know.
Yeah.
Until I mean like within the last month or two, I've started to realize I'm not ever gonna not be obsessed with something. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. And
so
you can use that in one of two ways. You can use it to your advantage or you can use it to your detriment. And
right.
And it's amazing to me that that's even an option, that you have that choice that you can make. And it seems like it would be obvious what one you would choose. Mm-hmm. But when you're addicted to alcohol or any type of drugs, it's hard to look past that.
It really is hard to see past it. Yeah.
You don't have a choice. It's not a choice. That's the misconception, you know,
mm-hmm. People why don't you just stop?
Know,
why don't you just
It's not it's like, dude, I want to, but I can't. You know?
Yeah.
I remember
addiction,
pouring alcohol in my mouth, basically crying because I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't stop, you know?
Yeah.
It's terrible, man.
And man, I'm so glad you turned that corner.
Yeah, man.
And you realized how to use your addictions to benefit you.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really grateful, man, because I was bottom of the barrel. People always have it worse, but it was not pretty.
So, so how long have you been sober for, and have you had any times where you slipped back into that addiction?
On February 17th, I'll have 7 consecutive years of sobriety with no relapse.
Okay.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's a long time, man.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, considering, back in the day, 3 days was a long time. I was like, dude, if I can make it 3 days, I'm doing really good,
Yeah.
But I thank God I haven't relapsed. But it was put to me very bluntly when I got sober, hey man, some people are going to relapse. Some people need to relapse to understand they're powerless over alcohol, but you don't get another choice. Yeah. They told me straight up, if you relapse, you're going to die. Yeah. Just because I was so bad off when I came in. Plus with the diabetes,
Right. Yeah.
That's
I double-edged sword.
Drinking and doing lots of drugs and not taking my insulin. Yeah. I'm lucky I survived that without
man.
any serious brain damage.
And how did you get sober? Did you do AA or anything like that?
Yeah, I used a 12-step program. I mean, I really can't go into the details just to protect the program, you know. But that's what I did, man. And it saved my life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I've been addicted to I overdosed on methadone as a younger kid, or I was
a young man.
Yeah. And so I was addicted to pain pills, and I didn't use any 12-step program to get out of it. I
Right.
overdosed, and then my family moved me back into my house with them. And
Yeah, you're kind of forced to be like, that's it, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to go down that path again, I could have, but
Yeah.
I
On your own. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, like, hey, you're out, man.
Yeah, yeah. But my family would have disowned me or whatever.
Right.
There was a lot more on the line that he had to start thinking of instead of just himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that's good. I definitely have friends like, because I used to work at a rehab, and I have friends like that were hooked on pills or heroin or whatever, and they were able to kick it, man. But like, that's not my like story. Like you're talking about with your family. Like me and my dad went over 5 years without communicating.
Oh my God!
Like no text, no email, like
and
nothing, man.
I think the last time we talked to you, you were about to go out to visit him. Is that right?
Yeah, man. I did. Like that's the cool thing is like now we have a really good relationship, man. I text him and my sister every single day.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
We have like group text that's been going on for like 7 years.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and
just to
out,
check in or whatever.
Yeah, like hey,
that's cool.
How you doing? Yeah, at first it was just to let them know I'm alive and sober.
Yeah,
like hey, like if I didn't text them today, they'd be like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
But now it's just turned into like a thing. But yeah, I went home and like my dad loves fishing, so we just basically went fishing every single day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, just the fact that we can sit on a fishing boat together and not throw each other overboard is like
it's a big accomplishment.
Yeah,
that's
we
awesome.
couldn't be in the same room for more than 2 minutes without trying to fight each other.
Yeah, man.
So.
Yeah,
I remember when my dad came back into my life, and it was like that. It was just like, it's interesting. It's almost like like the times that he wasn't. It's almost like those weren't even there anymore. It's just like, he's back here. Like he wants to spend time with the family now, and it was just, dude, I had to soak it up. I didn't know how long I was going to have with him, and I'm so glad we soaked it up.
Yeah, it's like. Man, you think like when you're laying on your deathbed, man, like you don't want to regret not doing that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, man.
But I think John's situation was different, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was your dad that was addicted.
Oh yeah. My dad was, into his addictions that he just totally like checked out. Man, we wouldn't see him for so long. I mean, the time that he dropped off, the alcohol, the porn, and the weed to us for my 12th birthday. I hadn't even seen him for over a year. You know what I mean? Like, dude, we haven't even seen you at all. And then he's like, here you go. Happy birthday.
Here you
like,
go.
Right.
Here's
that.
Yeah, it's a family disease, man. Like my mother's an alcoholic. My dad, he's not an alcoholic, but he definitely was a very hard drinker when I was growing up, and there's a lot of, like abuse from that,
Yeah, sure.
So I definitely it's just riddled throughout the family,
Mm-hmm. Well, and somebody's got to break the chain.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
And I just
but
knew
that's
like
the cool thing, is like once you heal, the family starts to heal.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
That's the best thing about it, man.
Yeah, that's
everything
right.
changed.
I remember when my mom told me, she's like, well, you know what? I had this vision once that I was going to have a child that was going to come and like bring the family back, like restore the family. And she's like, and his name was Jonathan. And she wrote this letter to me 6 years before I was born.
Oh.
And she had 2 more kids before then. And finally, when she was pregnant with me, she knew, like halfway through, she's like, this is him. This is him. He's the one. And like, she didn't even tell me that until I decided to change my life.
Yeah.
And I was an adult, and I decided to not do what my dad did, decided to go totally 180. Then my mom finally tells me, she's like, you know what? She's like, I had a vision that this is what was going to happen. You were going to be the one, and man, none of my family have been like, they all turned around. All of them turned around. Nobody's in prison. And nobody died of drug overdoses or anything like that. But I did have a sister that died of stomach cancer, but that was a different thing. But you know what I mean? Like we made it out. all 10 of us with, even though how we were raised, it's just, it's awesome. Emma